그러면 질문을 드리겠습니다. 순서는 제가 먼저 하겠습니다. 첫 번째 질문부터 할까요?
네.
지금 이제 16분이니까 다시 한 5시 6분까지 하는 걸로 하고. What are the primary motivations for parents and the government to invest in early English education in Korea? I think for parents, they want to make their kids more brilliant, and that makes they can go to a good college, university, or get a good job. That is a parent's point. And for government, they want to make their country's people to be more brilliant, to make their country stronger, like a global intelligent people. So I think there is some difference between parents and government's point. Who going to answer next? I will ask to Kyunghan. Okay, is it okay?
Okay.
What are the primary motivations for parents and the government to invest in early English education in Korea?
I think most parents probably wanna make their children success in the future. So maybe they think they are teach them in when their children are very young. That means there is a chance of making their English skill developing a lot. So yeah, I think that is the main reason. And in perspective of government, they need to make a quality people for the nation, especially these days. We need to learn English for communicate with different people. So yeah, I think that is the main reason the government invest in early English education in Korea.
You can choose anyone to.
Okay, then I'll ask you, Jiho. What are the primary motivation for parents and the government to invest in early English education in Korea?
I think most parents hope English will help their children enter good school and get a fancy job in a global market. And the government, for government, English can raise national competitiveness. Yes,
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay.
What do you think, Soyoung?
Parents want to have to learn English because they do not want behind with friends, and also English is important in school's exam and future job. Government think globalization and competition is important in the world, so they made English subject in school. Both of two think early learning English is important.
Then I will answer this question. Korea places an importance on education. parents believe that if their kids enter the major university like in Seoul, their lives will be successful. Furthermore, the percentage of college admissions increases than past, so fever of education naturally becomes overheating. Parents feel anxious if their kids are left alone. Thus, they teach English in early age if they afford. English became essential language in present world. If people can use bilingual, Korean and English, they can go abroad. The nation needs global people, and in the perspective of government, it is in the national interest of those who can speak Korean and English at the same time in understanding and introducing technologies in various fields. That's why they focus on early English education. Then I ask to Yunseok, is the emphasis on early education in Korea justified, considering the potential impact on other areas of a children's development?
I want to talk about the focus on our society. We are both capitalism and liberalism, like free, and we have to earn money and we want to earn money. So I think English education for early English education is not, there's no reason to justify, to ban them, reject or ban the early education. So I think the emphasis of Korea early education is justified. And for the point of considering the potential impact on children's development, I think it is not that bad, because from today's we are the global society, so we have to, and it is not the it is, I think it is most important to learn English. So I think early education is justified, can be justified in Korea. How about you, Kyunghan?
I also think early English education in Korea is justified because I think most countries also pay attention to teach their young people to learn English at the young age, because maybe it gather their wealthness of nations in the future, because the more the people can speak English, for example, in Asia or in other nations, then their people can work in other countries like United States and or in Europe or developed nations. So I think this can be justified. Of course, there is a negative things in perspective of children's development in other area, but I think personally, I think it's good to learn English early, because younger children can acquire language so quickly. So yeah, so I also think it can be justified. Okay, what do you think, Jiho?
I'm sorry, but the question number was 3, right? 3. What's the number of question?
Number 2.
Number 2. Can I have a moment, please? Oh,
You don't have the question list.
I have, but the question is, how do the goals of early English education in Korea compare to those in other countries?
No. I will give you a question. Is the emphasis on early English education in Korea justified, considering the potential impact on other areas of a children's development? Chapter round number 2 question.
Number 2.
Chapter 1, early English education. Number 2.
I think it's justified because early listening and pronunciation have take part very important and can you move on to the next question, please? I need more time to think of this question.
Okay, and we will ask to other people first, okay? For your preparing time, okay. And Soyoung, what do you think about number 2 question?
I think early learning English is good for pronunciation and good for listening, but if too fast, they will slow in Korean language and less play time. So I think it's important balance between that.
And I will answer 2 questions. Sometimes parents forget the potential impact of early education. According to one study, childhood is the time when the foundation of adulthood are formed as a result of development made by childhood experiences, usually last throughout their lifetime. Therefore, it is possible to infer that if the appropriate basicity is not achieved at this time, the obstacles and after effects of child's development are great. Therefore, learning another language in a state of lacking the basis of Korean language can undermine the basicity of language development. Some parents enroll their children in yet another English 학원 just to get into the English 학원 that will help them pass the college exam. So when considering this impact, early English education in Korea cannot be justified in my opinion. That's my answer. Jiho, can you answer?
Yes. Kids can lose interest in studying, so it's important not to overdo in anything. Did I do something wrong?
No.
Your answer is finished, right?
Yes.
Okay, and can you give me question number 3 for me?
I think the numbering in my
Different.
yes.
Because the text is updated. I know that. I knew. So I can. Can anyone give me question number 3?
Okay, I'll give you answer to Yunso. Okay.
Okay.
How has the perception of early English education changed in Korea over the past few decades?
I want to answer this question using my experience. When I was in the high school, like 10 years ago. No, not the 10 years ago, but 10 years ago, I was in the middle school, and when I go to academy, the importantness and the ego for studying English is high. So I think, wow, the Korea's private education for English is so high and too hard to get high school score. But now I'm 25 and I'm now working at the high school academy for as a teacher, and I recognize and I realized that for the decade, the hardness and the eager for the study English is more and more higher. Like when I was young, I enter and my friends enter the English kindergarten at age 7. But from now on in Daechidong, like 2 or 3, age 3, the little baby go to English academy to learn English. And also in the high school or middle school, their English skill gonna be more higher and more faster. So I think for the decade, the main purpose and main style is the same, but it is more faster and harder, and many people want to get the highest grade. And for the adults, I think people from now on, people want to get the English speaking skill, not the grammatic skill. Like for others, they already graduate college, right? So they do not need some grammatic correct English. They want to be a fluent speaker, and so that's why that's the big difference. Because that's the big difference between the decade ago and from now, I think. How about you, Gawan? What do you think?
I think in the past, many people thought children must learn English early for their success, like getting into good university and getting a good job. But now some people worry that children cannot develop their first language, like we're Korean, and usually these days I heard that many young age people don't speak Korean sufficiently. So many experts says we need to learn first language first. So the atmosphere is changing a little bit, but I think still many parents continue to invest in early education English. But as Yunsuk said, I also think the many experts says Korean people can don't well speak English. So many teacher and experts try to for developing their speaking skill these days. Yeah, not only grammar. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Good.
Okay. Jill, what's your opinion?
It would consider some elite course a decade ago, doing by some helicopter moms, But nowadays it became common thing. If you're not let learn your child learn at 7 or 8, you're far behind. It became basic requirement by sending children like English kindergarten. That's it. What do you think, Hyewon?
When I was 10 years old, I learned English for the first time in elementary school, and so did most students. But when I was in middle school, most students enrolled English Academy, and they said, English Academy tells us everything about the English exam. Even we don't learn in the school class. During this period, I felt people's perception changed from all English education is unnecessary to is essential education. That's my answer. And what about you, Soyoung?
In past, maybe 50 years old, they start English middle school, I heard. But now we start very early age English. Like we can go kindergarten or 학원. We can go learning English anywhere. We think English more important than the past. Next question.
Yeah, can you give me a question?
I don't have answer sheet because my
okay.
phone here.
And Gyeongwan, help me.
Okay. What are the potential benefits and drawbacks of starting English education at a very young age?
I think there is many good points, but also the bad point, because when we learn English young, we are very familiar with English, so it is not hard for us to listen. When we are young, it is hard for talk, but if we learn English early, like I think the listening English is not that hard. So it is a good point. It means we don't have any fear and any nervous about talking or listening English. That is very good point. And it can be a very good skill for us to go university or getting high grade. So it is very good point. But for the drawback, I think when we are young, it is the time for play and get a lot of experience about making a friend and eating delicious food. That is the very really good point of that age. But if we have to go academy, English academy, and also another academy in early age, I think English, the perception of the younger child think English is not that fun. English is hard and it is boring because we have a lot of homework. So if parents use very good teaching skill or make their children more easier and friendly to learn English, it is a good point. But if they're not, child gonna be bored, hard, and gonna be very stressful. So that is a very big drawback, I think. How about you, John?
I think I heard that young children have the best ability to acquire language when they are young. So if they start early learning English, then maybe they have more opportunities than other people. So I think this is the best. I think this is important point when they learn English at the young age, and I think also when you're young, we have a lot of confidence. So I think this is the thing. We can acquire language quickly. So I think, yeah, this is the benefit. But the drawback is maybe child lose their interest of learning English because they can get stress from learning, and also there's a chance of risk academic stress from young age. But that age, most children go outside and meet their friends, and yeah, that time is also needed when they are young. So I think we need to balance between them. Yeah. Okay.
I agree. Good.
What do you think, Hyewon?
First, they can learn two languages simultaneously. They will be confident when they speak in English because they can accurately embody what they think with words. In particular, it is crucial to speak confidently in a language. They even can save the time to study exam even when they want to get a job. But the drawbacks are clear. There's a possible that they can't master even one language when children learn English to early age. And even they lose their interest of English, as you guys said. And I think children may be confused because they learn two English at the same time. That's my answer. Then what about 지호?
Childhood is often said to be the best time to learn a language because they can absorb it quickly. If they continue learning English in interesting ways, their skills will likely improve rapidly. However, if they push it too hard, they will lose interest, and it would be stressful to kids. I once researched some English kindergarten because of the homework, and I saw that 6 years old memorize very difficult words, and some elementary school president see it as a child abuse.
Good.
How about you, Soyoung?
Early learning English is good for pronunciation and confidence of English, and also good for listening. But they can't follow English class, then they will get stressed, so they will lose interests, and the money very cost high. I think that's the bad thing.
Expensive. Yeah.
Yes, expensive. Next question.
Let's go to the next question.
Yeah.
Like number 4. Anyone can anyone give me number 4? Question number 4. No, number 5.
Okay, I'll give you.
Thank you.
What are the key differences in the approach and outcomes of early English education in public and private institutions in Korea?
Yeah, I think they have big difference between both education system. For the private, they always compete each other to get more high grade to get to good university. But in the early education in public, I remember that when I was in the elementary school, the teacher in our school want wants us to get more familiar with English, not to get more high grade and more high quality of English speaking skill. But she just want me to friendly with English. So the class style is very different, like group discussion like us, or make a quiz game, or singing a song, or drawing a cartoon. That is so. That is the big reason that I have more interested in English when I was young. But in the age middle school and high school, we always look at the text like more hard, and even if it is not that important in our life, we have to study strange English story, like not important. Like, it's so hard for like medical or the policy of society. We do not have to fully understand about that context, but we study more about that strange and hard English word. So I think that is a big difference. But I understand both both opinion, because private English education have to do that because they have to earn more money. So they have to give the student more high grade so that they can make parents to give money a lot. But for private public, it is not that point. So I think that is big difference between two. How about you, Gawan?
In public, they just give children fixed curriculum. So maybe some children feel boring, and in school they just have to follow the fixed curriculum and using the textbook. So then some children can't get enough enough study because they all have different level of English. So, but in private institutions can give children personally considering their level. So I think this is big difference, but the drawbacks of private institution, we need to pay a lot of money, but we can get same education from in public. Yeah. How about Soyoung?
In public, everyone can learning, but learning time so short than private. So parents can't satisfy for public, so they go academic for more time learning. How about you, Jiho?
In public education, there are students who are good and others who struggle, and the gap between that can be quite large. But teachers, when they teach, they have to focus on the average level, On the other hand, in private education, there are always divided class on their level, like level 1, level 2. And in terms of outcomes, private academies tend to focus on improving only test scores, and schools public education aim more deeper understanding of the English. How about you, Hyewon?
In public institutions, they aim to accomplish the same level of English. They want every student reach the minimum level of English that government required, like mastering alphabet, or today's we have to memorize the vocabulary words like that. So for this reason, it is difficult for public institutions to provide education according to individual abilities. And in private institutions, they pursue that students want to be the best. Thus, they provide they provide a learning plan tailored to each student's level. So I think is the difference between public institutions and private institutions. That's my answer. And question number 6
Yeah.
to how does the disparity between public and private all English education contribute to educational inequality?
It is very sad for me to make that educational inequality, but for the both capitalism and really free society, we cannot ban the private education, and we cannot prevent that inequality. For example, for high school grade 1, their exam hardness is really high because the school teacher know that all the students go to academy 학원, so it is possible to make the exam more harder and harder. But some students who don't have any money, or for the private personal reason, if they cannot go to academy, they cannot even understand the question. So I think we have to public education have to make the student equality. So they have to be more committed to solve that problem. Like if I'm the chief of the public education, I think I will going to make for the students who cannot go to academy for free to teach more like that, so we can prevent that inequality. So back to the question, I think we cannot prevent that inequality, but for the public education, they have to be more committed to solve them, I think. And for Hyunghan, what do you think about this problem?
Maybe children who cannot receive private early education then will naturally compare themselves with those who learn education early, then it makes them feel left behind their friend and discouraged. And that also makes the atmosphere pushing other parents to teach their children when they're young, because they also compare to other parents. So to solve this problem, we need to develop our curriculum in school. Then we need to change the education process, like adding many teachers. Then we can give children education like in small group from a level to level. But I doubt if we can solve this problem, because governments these days governments don't want to increase the number of teachers, because the birth rate is decreasing a lot in Korea. So we don't need a lot of teachers. I think this is very difficult to solve. Yeah, but we need to do for their quality education. Okay, that's my opinion. And how about Jiwo?
I think it is very simply, wealthier parents can send their children to many academies, teaches children very well. Their kids get better grades than others, and others who don't have enough money in their households, so they can win who has much money. What do you think, Soyoung?
Rich kids have many chance to learning, like study with native speaker or go abroad. But poor kids only study in school, so gap grows bigger. So government have to regulate the price of private 학원 and English quality upgrade, then gap will smaller. How about you, Hewan?
I think you guys all know that gap of education is related with social and economic status about children's parents. Parents who have afford to their kids' education invest a lot of money. Their children receive a high quality of education and they can gain a good grade. But on the other hand,